morning. This is take two of 8 p.m. Instagram live cooking, all in aid of Women's Aid. And tonight we have the amazing Melissa Thompson with us. She's going to hop on in a minute. And I will repeat myself all over again. But if you're watching this in the playback, then you'll know why I'm doing this again. Right, so tonight, Melissa and I are going to be making these delicious here we go. Right, let's hope that this has worked. Okay, I'm just going to accept Melissa. This is always the tricky bit. Here we go. Whoop. Okay, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yes! Woohoo! I can see it moving. Yay! So happy. I am really bad at tech, so like every time this kind of happens, I'm like, So I was just saying we are going to make some delicious Sunday roast fritters, and I am using, because I'm in Sweden, we don't really, well, we do Sunday roast, but to be more Swedish, I have some chopped Swedish meatballs. So that's what I'm using instead of roast meat. But you did mention how flexible this recipe is, isn't it?
Yeah, and I really like recipes that where you can be flexible and you can just use whatever you've got lurking, because I don't like people having to go and buy lots of stuff for a recipe. I mean, obviously some recipes you do, but one like this is perfect for a Monday, day after the weekend. Everyone's a bit tired, beginning of the week, and these, like, it's really quick. And so I haven't got the recipe. The recipe has roast potatoes, but I've only got mashed potato. Like, everything's fine. It's all welcome.
Exactly. We're going to show how you can be super flexible with this recipe. Now, for any of you who are new to joining this Instagram live, it's all in support of Women's Aid, who are an amazing charity who support women and children in domestic abuse situations in the UK. And if you have the possibility, please go donate via my profile page, or share, comment, like the video. That really helps. And we're going to try and cook this all in 16 minutes. The reason 16 minutes, unfortunately, there was a really awful statistic in the UK that 1.6 million women reported abuse in 2020. So we are going to emphasize that, or just highlight that, and try and do this in 16 minutes. Are you ready, Melissa?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, let's go. Okay, I've got the timer on 16 minutes. Here we go. Right, so what are we going to start off with?
So first of all, we're going to start with the flour and the milk. Okay. Because you want the milk and the flour to kind of get to know each other a little bit. Okay. So we're going to just mix those up.
Have a little mingle. Flour and milk mingle. So that goes in. All right.
And you might need to add a bit of extra milk just to loosen it up a little bit. You don't want a really runny batter.
Okay.
And then in with the egg.
Okay, the egg goes in. You don't hang around, do you?
No. It turns out I'm quite competitive.
Oh my goodness. Like, I forgot this was soft boiled. Let me just go get an egg out of the fridge. It's like, oh, welcome to reality.
That's so funny.
I don't know. I have some random eggs lying in my fridge. Right, here we go. This is a normal egg, a raw egg. Right, so I'm going to mix this all together. Should I put any salt and pepper in at this point?
Yes, give it a little season, get some salt,
okay.
pepper, and like you can have, but people can have whatever they want. If they want to put like a bit of smoked paprika would work. Do you know what I mean? But I want to leave it quite simple.
Yeah, I'm just going to add a bit of salt and pepper here. I love pepper, so I go quite heavy on the pepper. So that goes in. So yes. Lovely. All right, so I'm going to just mix this all up. So for any of you just joining, we are making Sunday roast fritters, which are really, really good if you're kind of got like little bits and bobs in the fridge. It's a great kind of lunch or kind of dinner recipe, isn't it? It's something you can whip up fairly easily. Okay,
yeah, it's perfect.
So, right.
I'm going to get a bit of oil in the pan.
Okay, what are you putting in now? Sorry.
I'm just getting a bit of oil in the pan just to warm it up.
Okay. Yeah. So I have some, because I fried my meatballs for the kids for dinner. I've got the same pan. I'm so lazy with the washing up.
That's extra flavour, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just me being lazy. So I was like, I made the meatballs for the kids for dinner, and then I was like, maybe I can use this later.
So can I ask?
Yeah.
So you're like, with the meatballs. So do you in Sweden? Are obviously we don't Sweden the meatballs, but do you genuinely eat a lot of meatballs in Sweden?
Oh my goodness! Like, so my kids go to nursery. They have them almost every week at nursery for lunch. At one of the meals, or every other week. It's pretty common.
Amazing.
Yeah,
The dream.
yeah. And it's like meatballs, mashed potatoes, then you have gravy, lingonberries, and then you have the pickled cucumber. That is like the combo. That's the classic combo. So yes. Now, just for anybody who's hopped on, if you do have a question for either Melissa or myself, feel free to pop it in the little question box, and I can answer it whenever it pops up and we have a moment. So we've made our batter with the egg, flour, milk. Add some seasoning. I've got my pan warming up.
Great.
What's the next thing I need to do?
So I'm going to go in with my mashed potato first, just because I want to kind of mix that into the batter.
All right.
You can basically just start adding all your stuff now. So your carrots and your, I've got carrots, peas, a bit of cabbage.
I've got some broccoli and the meatballs. I've had some mashed potatoes. I'm just going to add some of this. Do I put the spring onion in at this point, or is that
if you're going.
Okay, so I'm going to put I love spring onion. Spring onion is just like the simplest way to add a bit of freshness to a dish, I think.
Yes. Yeah, it really elevates this dish. So I think because it, in a roast dinner, especially in a fritter form, the flavours are quite tame, but then I think spring onion really helps elevate all of it.
Now, I have a question for you. How should the batter be looking? So when you're ready, maybe you can give me a little peek on the camera. Can have a look. Is yours quite dry? I don't know if mine's too. What do you think? Is it too runny?
Perfect. No, that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
So mine's a bit lumpier, but I mean, to be honest, it's still gonna taste good. And I know you want the batter. The batter's just there to hold everything together, really. Okay,
all right, I gotcha. So it's kind of a glue. It's acting as the glue to stick everything together. Right. Yeah. Now, if you have any little bits of cheese in your fridge, this is a good thing. You could just grate it up and throw it in.
Yes. Love it.
I always have these random bits of cheese at the bottom of my fridge, and I'm like either saving it for a risotto or a stew, or it's like something like this. So don't throw away those odd bits of cheese. It's always good to keep those. Okay. There are very few things that can't be improved with cheese. Yes, I agree. But I'm a bit of a cheeseaholic, so yeah. Excuse me. Deary me. Okay, so my pan is looking quite hot. What should I do next? Get it in. So you want to get I've got a dessert spoon. Yeah. And you can make them as big or small as you want. So if you're doing it for dinner, you might want them a bit bigger, almost like a sort of fish cake size. Or maybe you're going to have it as like a little nibble, kind of, it's like personal preference, really. So I'm going to go. This is the kind of thing my kids would love. Like anything kind of pancake-ish, because it's almost like a fritter pancake hybrid here, isn't it? Yeah. And it's quite healthy. I mean, things like this, you can even get your kids healthy. It's such an easy recipe. It is. And actually, if they're really not so keen on vegetables, what you can do is puree the carrot and just give the batter a really bright orange color, and then it just looks amazing. But they don't get the chunkiness of a carrot. That is my tip. Great. Always blend the veg. Blend the veg. Yes, hide it. Hide the veg. Hide the veg. Okay, so how are we doing? Oh, so I think I have to turn them over. Whoop. They cook quite quickly. Or maybe my pan's quite hot. You just want that batter to. I'm going to bring the camera in a little bit so you can. Actually, yeah. That's right. I should just turn it down. There you go. You can see the pan now. But you've got to lovely. Oh, go! There, everybody went. Ah, you're back again. We're gonna just that was a bit. All right, I'm just gonna lower it. That's it. Tech issues. This is why I normally work with a camera crew. Okay, so I think it's about a couple of minutes on each side. It's not really that long, is it?
No, it really isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you do want to obviously cook them through.
Yeah.
You don't want that kind of grainy, grainy texture from the flour.
No. But if you're making small ones, they obviously take a little less time.
Yes.
Like you can flatten it out. So like, how are yours doing, Melissa?
They're good. They're smelling really good.
I know they are. They smell like a mini Sunday roast.
Yes. Yeah. So this chicken, because I really like barbecuing, right? So this chicken, it was brined for. And that smokiness, I can really smell that now. It smells really good.
Wow, they sound quite fancy, your fritters. Mine aren't as fancy as yours.
All fritters are fancy, all of them.
Okay, all right. Okay, now I just I think I've got to turn up my little pan again. Oh, okay, I think that got a little bit stuck. You know what? These actually, I think they would freeze quite well. I don't know, because the vegetables are quite finely chopped, so I think it would be all right actually to freeze these.
Yeah.
They're like, and you could put little pieces of paper in between it. So yeah, right. Okay, yeah. I do have. We were going to do a little dip on the side, weren't we, Melissa?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So what is your little dip kind of thing on the side?
So mine is going to be some mayonnaise. I've gone for a chili. So this is pepper sauce that I got from Boston Beach in Jamaica, and it will blow your head off. But it's like, because it's made with Scotch bonnet pepper, so it's got that fruitiness in it. It's really, really good. So this is what I'm mixing this with some mayonnaise, and just to sort of make things a bit lively.
Okay, so I've got some mayonnaise, and sticking to the Swedish theme today, I have some pepperrot. So for all the Swedes out there, you'll know what it is. It's like horseradish cream. So a little bit of spice in the form of a Swedish form. So I think I'm just going to add, I quite like horseradish, so I'm going to add almost, I don't know, you can see a tablespoon, and I'm just going to mix that in. I like it spicy, so yeah. But I think it's such an easy, quick kind of like dip thing to do, you know.
Yes.
It's so simple, really not quite that complicated. Right, look, my fritters are looking lovely. I think I'm going to just add a little dollop on the side. And then people, I mean, we're doing really well for time. We still got 7 minutes.
What's the clock saying?
7 minutes. So yeah.
Wow.
You know what? I'm just going to add a finishing touch. Just like get spring onion out. This is where everybody can see my fridge. Or maybe not. I got that off that camera because I did tidy that one up. All right, I'm just chopping something off camera here really quickly. Let's not chop my fingers. But I thought a little bit of green on top. How are you doing? Are yours done? Okay, so these
you think mine is not going.
These are my fritters, everyone. What does everybody think? Give me a little wave.
They look amazing.
So they're really easy. So what we put in them was just like stuff you have left over from the Sunday roast. So some roast meat. I used actually some leftover meatballs, some cooked vegetables, a little bit of mashed potato, and then some milk, flour, and egg to bind it all. Salt, pepper, spring onion. Spring onion's really good. Or if you've got like parsley would work well, chives, anything kind of bit of freshness would work really well. So that is literally it. So yeah.
They look amazing.
They're like, how are yours looking?
They're okay. I think I got a bit excited and they're a bit fat, so they're taking a little bit longer.
Okay, don't worry.
I think these ones are probably done.
You know what? I'm gonna, because they smell so amazing, I'm just gonna have a little taste. Like, just show you everyone. And I'm gonna have to put a little bit of the mayonnaise,
here we go.
The horseradish mayonnaise on. Oh my goodness! You could do this with wasabi. Actually, would work as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good. Now this is the
Yeah.
problem. If I start eating this, I've got to make sure I don't eat it all because I've got to take a photo of this afterwards to put on my. So I have to stop myself. These are delicious, Melissa. Melissa, thank you so much. For anybody who's joined, we've just made Melissa's delicious Sunday Roast Fritters. The recipe, our post. Make sure to go check out Melissa's Instagram page for lots of other delicious recipes. And this is all in support of Women's Aid. So please go support them with a comment, a like, or if you can, donate through my profile page. So thank you so much for joining. Take care, everyone. And thank you, Melissa.
Thank you for having me. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.